All right, let's just dive right into a brutal, high contrast reality about success and motivation. This is a truth that most people will literally spend their entire lives trying to avoid. Today in this explainer, we're totally stripping away the fluff to look at exactly what is holding you back. And it all starts with one very uncomfortable premise.
Think about it. What if the person you've been waiting for was just never coming? Look around. Society is absolutely packed with people who are operating under this hidden, quiet assumption that eventually something or someone is going to step in and magically kickstart their ideal life. I mean, we literally spend our life waiting. We wait for that random, sudden burst of motivation. We wait for a supportive partner or some perfect mentor to show up. We wait for the quote-unquote perfect timing when our schedule finally clears up. We just sit around waiting for someone to look at us and say, "Hey, I believe in you." But the harsh reality? Nobody, not your friends, not society, not luck, nobody is coming to rescue you. But you know what? Here is the strangest, most empowering part of that stark truth. Realizing you are entirely on your own is actually the absolute most powerful mindset shift you can possibly make. Because when you finally accept that nobody is coming, you eliminate the waiting period. You take total ownership, and that ownership, it makes you completely unstoppable. You become dangerous. And this creates a massive divide in how we behave. Look, every single successful person you admire once stood exactly where you are right now, alone, confused, totally scared, and uncertain. But they chose to move anyway. While weak people wait around for motivation and just lean on excuses, highly effective people build discipline. They demand progress from themselves, completely regardless of how they happen to be feeling that day.
Your life pivots the exact moment you make this internal choice. Your future isn't tied to some external magical event. No way. It is tied to the literal split second you abandon the waiting room of life. You basically have to look in the mirror and declare that all the waiting ends today.
Which brings us to this massively misunderstood concept: potential. You can have all the talent in the world. You can literally possess the greatest, most innovative ideas on the planet. But guess what? It means absolutely nothing if you stay frozen. The world does not care about what you could do. It only measures what you actually do. Think of it like this. A lion is born with the potential to be the ultimate apex predator, right? It's got the claws, the muscles, the killer instinct. But if it just sits there in the tall grass waiting for a gazelle to literally walk into its mouth, it starves. Your potential is just the muscle. The action, that's the hunt. But instead of hunting, most of us get trapped in this infinite, completely destructive loop. You've probably felt this exact cycle. Step 1, you make this grand plan. Step 2, you delay taking the first step because, the conditions just aren't perfect yet. Step 3, that delay breeds self-doubt. And step 4, you scrap the whole thing and repeat the cycle. We consume motivational explainers, like this one, honestly, and read books for years, completely stuck in this high-energy loop of planning without ever actually taking step 1. So we really have to ask ourselves why. Why on earth do we avoid the one thing that actually gets us results? Well, because action is terrifying. Taking action rips you out of the safe, cozy realm of your imagination and exposes you to actual, real-world failure. It highlights your current weaknesses for everyone to see. It forces incredibly uncomfortable, painful growth. People avoid actions simply because they're trying to protect their ego. But unstoppable people, they move before they even feel ready. And this completely flips our standard idea of confidence on its head. You don't wait to become fearless so that you can finally start. That is totally backwards. You start, you stumble, you survive, and through the action itself, you slowly become fearless. Action is literally the only factory that manufactures confidence. And the really beautiful thing here is that it doesn't take a mountain of action to completely shift your mindset. Your entire life trajectory can fundamentally begin with just one incredibly uncomfortable decision. Just one single workout changes your identity from someone who is inactive to someone who trains. One uploaded video makes you a creator. One difficult conversation makes you a leader. That very first step actually changes who you are. Now let's take a look at the ultimate enemy of that first step: comfort. Oh, comfort feels so incredibly safe in the moment, doesn't it? It feels so good to just stay in bed, to avoid that hard talk, to skip the gym. But the long-term price of that short-term safety is absolutely devastating. Every single hour you spend endlessly doom scrolling, every little excuse you repeat daily, every ambitious dream you actively push away, none of that happens in a vacuum. Those moments are quietly compounding. They are literally constructing a future that you are going to despise. And the scariest part of all this, most people don't even realize they're wasting their life until the years are already gone. Let's be brutally honest for a second. Deep down, you already know this. You already know the bad habits that are destroying you. You know the exact risks you need to be taking right now. The problem isn't that you need another book or another strategy or another explainer. The problem is hesitation. You're pausing. You're waiting for this flawless, perfect moment that simply does not exist. There is only right now.
The only real antidote to hesitation is discipline. Because honestly, your feelings are completely unreliable. Some days you'll wake up and feel totally motivated, but most days you won't, and that's perfectly normal. Winners do not build their lives around the flimsy, unpredictable foundation of human emotion. They build systems. They rely on discipline. There is a massive, high-contrast mindset gap here. Average people wake up and literally consult their emotions. They ask, am I in the mood to work out today? Am I feeling inspired to write? But unstoppable people, they operate with zero excuses, zero drama, and absolutely zero waiting. They wake up and just ask, what must be done today? And then they execute, completely regardless of their internal emotional weather. So the absolutely crucial thing to understand is that procrastination isn't just hitting a pause button on your life. No, it's basically taking out a massive high-interest loan. Every single day you delay the work you know you need to do, you are adding a heavy debt to your future self. And we really need to recognize that this debt doesn't just magically vanish into thin air. Eventually, that accumulated debt transforms into massive, crushing regret. I want you to imagine something really visceral for a second. Imagine reaching the end of your life and actually meeting the ultimate version of yourself, the strongest, healthiest, most successful, and disciplined version of you. Imagine the crushing weight of realizing you completely missed out on becoming them, simply because you kept waiting. We avoid trying because we're so scared of the sting of failure. But let me tell you, that specific pain of unmet potential, that regret, is infinitely heavier. A failure is just a data point. It teaches you how to pivot and get better next time. But regret is a total dead end. It just destroys you from the inside out. I need you to hear this loud and clear right now at this exact literal moment. Someone out there who is physically weaker, less talented, and less funded than you is winning in life. And they're winning simply because they chose to start. Not because they're smarter, not because they're luckier. Just because they are moving while you are still sitting there making excuses. Millions of people stay stuck in the mud, constantly asking the universe, but what if I fail? They forget that time is undefeated. Time is going to erase every single one of your clever little excuses. It doesn't matter if you were tired, or if the economy was bad, or if you didn't have the right support system. Only the actual results you produced will remain. So you have got to stop waiting for rescue. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. Move completely alone if you have to. Just take that first action. If you're completely exhausted, take it tired. If you're terrified, take it scared. If your plan has holes in it, take it imperfectly. Just initiate the momentum. Moving forward, whenever you feel that familiar urge to hesitate, whenever you catch yourself asking, what if I fail? I want you to violently replace it with this question instead. What happens if I never try? Letting the fear of inaction overpower your fear of failure is the exact thing that will finally force you to move. Look, the people who completely transform their lives, they aren't born superhumans. They don't have magical powers. They are just regular people who made a firm, unshakable commitment to keep moving forward no matter what happens and no matter how they feel. And maybe, just maybe, your decision to finally join them starts right now. Go get it done.